Hello, everyone. Today, I want to simply share with all of you one of my many secrets about my life's journey. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Jorge Dav and I'm a Master Certified Life Coach. It all started many years ago when I was a kid. My mother, an avid reader, gifted me a book, The Little Prince. Well, El Principito. The book was in Spanish. I remember liking the drawings in the book, and then I started reading it. And guess what? I did not understand anything at all. I remember going to my mom and asking her to explain everything about the book. And my mother would smile and tell me to continue reading it until the end, and that eventually everything would make sense. Well, I finished the book and nothing. The only thing I understood is that I wasted my time and that I had a lot more questions than before about life, emotions, etc. But I do remember one thing very clearly though. I felt a connection with the Little Prince. I even remember feeling nostalgic after reading the book, and sometimes I would catch myself looking up at the stars and wondering in which star the Little Prince was and lived, and even if he was looking at me. Mind you, I was probably only around 8 years old. Move forward a couple of years, I was in my early teens. By then, I had developed a love and an unquenchable thirst for knowledge and reading. So I picked up the Little Prince book again and read it. This time, in Spanish and English, I wanted to see the differences between the Spanish and English versions. And to my surprise, there were plenty. Both versions opened my imagination in many different ways, and I got different messages from both versions. Years later, when I was in my early 20s, I joined a French monastery and moved to Europe. And guess what? The first book I read in French was The Little Prince. Well, Le Petit Prince. Reading The Little Prince in French was very important to me because the book was originally written in French by author Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, and it was published in April 6, 1943. Anyway, the book completely changed my life. Once I understood French, the nuances of the language in which it was originally written, I felt I understood the intentions and emotions the author wanted to emphasize, highlight, and convey. The Little Prince, even though it looks like a children's book, it's way more than that. The Little Prince helps us have introspection, to confront our vulnerabilities, to peel off the layers of who we are, and understand why we think and feel the way we do. It helps us to rediscover the beauty and simplicity that lies within us. It's about curiosity, imagination, reflection, and wonder. At its core, The Little Prince reminds us that the most important things in life cannot be seen with the eyes alone. It reminds us that we often forget to embrace the beauty of simplicity, overshadowed by the pursuit of wealth, power, social status, non-reciprocal love, and, well, fill in the blanks. The Little Prince, with his innocent perspective, sheds light on the invisible treasures that lie within the heart: love, compassion, and genuine connections. The Little Prince is a beautiful and heartfelt story that captivates our hearts and our minds. Its simple yet profound words have lasting impact, inspiring us to reflect, grow, and discover the true meaning of life. So, let's explore 10 of its most important quotes and messages to me, accompanied by thought-provoking questions for self-discovery, self-growth, and emotional exploration. Number 1. And now here is my secret, a very simple secret. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. This quote reminds us that true understanding and connection can only come from the heart, not from mere observation or appearances or assumptions. There's more to us than what we present to the world. or what we allow others to see in us. It's about understanding deep intentions, emotions, and feelings. Sometimes our true emotions or intentions get clouded and do not correspond with our actions. So, how can you cultivate a deeper understanding through the heart? What is stopping you to be real? Why are you afraid to be more vulnerable? Why do you hide? Number 2. Well, I must endure the presence of a few caterpillars if I wish to become acquainted with the butterflies. This teaches us the importance of embracing transformation and appreciating the journey, even if it involves discomfort and uncertainty. It's all about patience. We are all on a journey of self-discovery, self-acceptance, change, transformation, trial and error, figuring things out. We need to respect everyone's journeys, path, and self-pace. It's important to allow everyone around us to live their own journey, their own way, for their own purpose. Why do you want others to live our life, your life? Why do you not respect individuality? Good intentions may be a sign of insecurities. Our happiness is not someone else's happiness, and we need to respect that. Number 3, you become responsible forever for what you have tamed. This message encourages us to take responsibility for the relationships we build and to nurture them with care and tenderness. It's about trust. Trusting takes not only time, but patience, endurance, vulnerability, and consistency. Relationships to work required hard work, dedication, healthy emotional intelligence. Who or what have you tamed in your life? How can you take responsibility for those relationships and nurture them with care? How? What are you waiting to do so? What's stopping you? It's very easy to call someone a loved one or a friend, but what makes that person so special and unique to you? How do you show your love to someone? Do you know their love language? Are you loving them how they need to be loved? Or are you loving them how you choose to love them and, well, hoping it's enough? Number 4, it is the time you have wasted for your rose that makes your rose so important. This message reminds us of the value of investing time, effort, and attention in the things and people we love, as it is in the investment that gives them meaning and importance to us. What or who is your rose in your life? Reflect on the time and effort you have invested in nurturing it, that relationship. How can you continue to prioritize and cherish this important aspect of your life? How do you show your rose that it is your priority? Because what's the point of loving someone if you don't show it, right? Number 5, to forget a friend is sad. Not everyone has a friend. This quote serves as a gentle reminder to cherish and appreciate the friendships we have, for they are precious and not everyone is fortunate enough to experience such connections. Who are the friends in your life that you value deeply? Take a moment to appreciate the friendship and connection you have with them. Call them, text them, let them know they are important to you and that you value them. Thank them for allowing you to be your unique self and wonderful self, and for respecting your journey. Number 6, one runs the risk of weeping a little if one lets himself to be tamed. In other words, do not be afraid to feel. Embrace emotions. It's better to love and have lost than not loved at all. Love and life is about risks. Allow yourself to explore all the emotions we have as humans. The most beautiful and the darkest emotions serve a purpose if we know how to use them properly. I mean, you wouldn't eat spoonfuls of flour directly, but you would eat a delicious cake. It's the same things with our emotions. We don't open our hearts hoping to suffer, but it's a risk we should take. A tear is a single drop of pain and suffering in the vastness ocean of love. What emotions have you been avoiding? Why? How can you allow yourself to feel deeply and experience the vulnerability that comes with connection? Number 7. A rock pile ceases to be a rock pile the moment a single man contemplates it, bearing within him the image of a cathedral. This quote underscores the transformative power of imagination and the ability to see beauty and potential in even the simplest things. It's about intention and perspective. You have the power to see life however you want to see life. It's your choice. A positive mentality will cultivate a positive life. You can turn the ordinary into the extraordinary through imagination and vision. How can you shift, though, your perspective to see potential and beauty in life? How can you cultivate a deep appreciation for the power of imagination and visualization? Number 8. A goal without a plan is just a wish. This quote reminds us of the importance of setting clear intentions and taking deliberate action to achieve goals. What's the point of making promises without taking action? What is stopping you? How can you turn your intentions into a reality? Number 9. Language is the source of misunderstanding. This quote highlights limitations of language and the importance of nonverbal forms of communication and connection. We communicate in many forms and ways, including our silences. We must make sure the messages we are delivering are not only heard but also understood. Ambiguousness can lead to misunderstanding, and that can lead to confusion, mistrust, and a vast roller coaster of unnecessary negative emotions. How can we deepen our understanding and connection with others beyond the constraints of language? How can you avoid missing those? And number 10, and at night you will look up at the stars. The stars will always be there floating in and out of your life, and you will never be alone. This final message reassures that even in our loneliest and darkest moments, we're connected to something or someone. People come into our lives for a reason, sometimes only for a season. But regardless how long they remain in our lives, they leave a significant mark. All those experiences shape us. Every experience leaves a mark in us. All of them are a little piece of the puzzle that is us. And it is up to us to place each piece of the puzzle where it corresponds. How are you using each of those pieces of the puzzle to create your story and to live a healthy life journey? And well, in exploring these quotes and questions, the Little Prince invites us to ponder our values, relationships, emotions, and the beauty of the world around us. It encourages us to embrace vulnerability, nurture connection, and rediscover the wonder and magic that lies within all of us. May this journey of self-discovery and growth bring profound inspiration and transformation to you. In the end, the Little Prince teaches us to look beyond the mundane, embrace the unseen, and nurture the most important aspects of our lives with love, compassion, and imagination. It is a gentle reminder to never lose sight of our inner child and to value the process and precious connections that makes life truly meaningful. And now go read The Little Prince and tell me your takeaways after you finish reading it. Until the next episode, please take care of yourselves, live your best life, and do not forget to not be afraid to live happily beyond the closet door. Bye, everyone.